Words, nobody is coming to save you. And the moment you accept that, your life changes forever, B&AK do. Progress isn't measured in giant leaps. It's found in the quiet determination to become slightly sharper, slightly stronger, slightly more aligned with who you're meant to be than you were when the sun last rose. Every dawn carries the gift of beginning again. Draw air deep into your lungs. Release it slowly. Feel the weight of possibility settling into your bones. This moment, right now, is yours to claim or surrender. There comes a point when exhaustion becomes so complete that even opening your eyes feels like lifting mountains. When your body is so fragmented by life's blows that paralysis wraps around you like quicksand, the voice inside whispers its deadly promise. Tomorrow I'll write it down. Tomorrow I'll think clearly. Tomorrow I'll try again. We become architects of our own stagnation, building elaborate justifications for why now isn't the right time. We convince ourselves we lack something essential, the right credentials, the proper background, the necessary intelligence. We wait for perfect conditions that will never arrive because perfection isn't discovered. It's forged through relentless practice and painful iteration. Stop negotiating yourself out of opportunities. Your mind can become your greatest saboteur, spinning elaborate stories about why you're not ready, not worthy, not capable. These narratives feel true because you rehearse them so thoroughly, but they're still lies. The question burning at the center of everything. Will you take continuous action? Will you reclaim that primal urgency? Step back into the arena of faith and fierce determination, live as though each breath might be your last gift, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed just because others have lived to see 70. Give everything, love ferociously, forgive completely, attempt impossibilities, as though this is your only shot. Because statistically, most people abandon their aspirations by mid-January. But you're going to hit that wall, stare down, and declare your resurrection. This is the year every force that celebrated your collapse will hear you roar. I'm coming back. Not maybe, not someday, not when circumstances align perfectly. Now, your comeback begins the moment you refuse to abandon the life encoded in your DNA. The plan isn't to remain buried under defeat, paralyzed by obscurity and indecision. You were built to shatter limitations and redefine what's possible. Sometimes everything must crumble so you can see what you're truly made of. The comeback doesn't start when conditions improve. It ignites when your excuses become less powerful than your purpose. You rescue yourself. You claw back piece by piece until your spirit remembers its own name. Strength is born in the graveyard where excuses go to die. What will you accomplish in the next 90 days? 6 months? 2 years? When you stretch beyond perceived limits, you discover what's actually possible. That discovery only comes when you risk going too far. Step across your own invisible boundary. Do the thing you've postponed. Make the change you've avoided. The future doesn't belong to the hesitant, the passive, the cautious. It belongs to the bold, the courageous, those who refuse to let anyone steal their crown. When exhaustion sets in, when belief evaporates, when you're torn between safety and audacity, be the person who goes too far. When they call you crazy, respond, I'm not crazy. I'm called. You're not just returning. You're rising with evidence, with fire, with proof. Here's what you need. Reset your mind. Stop replaying what broke you and focus on what builds you. Restart your discipline. One step, one habit, one promise kept each day. Refocus on your purpose. Who you were is gone. Who you're becoming is a threat. You survived your worst days. You endured heartbreak that should have crushed you. You walked through fire that would have incinerated most people. And you're still here. Stand up. Straighten your spine. Lift your chin. Declare with every fragment of strength inside you, I'm not done. I'm not finished. I'm not defeated. I'm coming back. There's only one you, an unrepeatable miracle. Nobody carries your fingerprint, your story, your scars transformed into wisdom. There will be seasons of weakness, but that weakness is training. Seasons of silence, but don't let the quiet break you. Seasons of isolation, but you'll emerge with vision and instructions. Your wilderness wasn't punishment. It was preparation for uncharted territory. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. This is a new chapter. This is an entirely different book. Your comeback will eclipse everything you've done before, because this time you're not fueled by ego. You're fueled by purpose, by clarity, by pain that failed to destroy you, by the realization that you only get one life, and you refuse to waste another second. When destiny calls, excuses die. When purpose rises, fears retire. When identity awakens, limitations collapse. You are enough. You are qualified. All you have is all you need. Your DNA, your purpose, your calling, there is none like you in all the earth. What you perceive as pain is actually helping you. Shift your focus from people who abandoned you to what's actually working in your life, what's within your control. The first person who needs to be influenced is you. Resurrection is a decision made daily. People who rise publicly are those who made a private decision to stop staying down. Somebody died today, but you're still breathing. You have another opportunity to begin again. Appreciate it. Flow from gratitude. Time is what we want most, but use worst. The moment you stop striving, you start dying. Keep climbing. It's not about beating others. It's about beating the person in the mirror. Can you do better than yesterday? Something inside you has to snap. Get up even though you're beaten. Get up even though you're bleeding. Get up even though you're insecure. Get up even though it wasn't your fault. Get up even though it hurts. You're still alive for a reason. Somebody died today, but you're listening in this very moment. You have an opportunity. You are not dead yet. You may be tired, broken, weary, but you are not dead. You have an opportunity to rise above what happened to you. Your life may not look like you imagined, but you can change that today. Every decision either brings you toward your destiny or pulls you away from it. If you survive the worst trauma of your life, believe this is the first day of the best days ahead. Take everything inside and claw your way back from that dark prison of obscurity and uncertainty and doubt. It's not about comparing yourself to social media highlight reels. It's about becoming 1% better than yesterday. The only way you lose is if you quit. If you're not going to quit, you're going to have the success you want. Everybody wants to climb mountains and be celebrated, but nobody wants to sacrifice. Nobody wants to eliminate every distraction. Can you learn to say no to what's hurting you? Sometimes you need to change your environment, your relationships. Where you are might be a cage, not a circle of power. What if when it got hard, instead of quitting, you gritted your teeth and kept going? If you want the rest of the year to be the best of your year, disappear for 30 days. Shock the world with dedication and hard work. Talent without work is nothing, but the mind is the true strength. As a human being, you possess an extraordinary ability that no other life form has. You can change your destination. Pick a different endpoint 5 years from now. Start making plans, learning skills, accepting disciplines. In 5 years, you'll arrive at a completely different place than where you were headed with the old plans. At some point, you must tell yourself, enough is enough. You deserve better. Where focus goes, energy flows. The problem is putting too much energy into Netflix, distractions, entertainment. Things not feeding your purpose and destiny. There's no shortcut, no hack. If you're chasing legacy-level success, you must be unapologetically obsessed with the process. Are you going to remain in the 99% or join the 1%? It doesn't matter where you come from, high school dropout, sleeping in abandoned buildings. What matters is which group you choose. The most successful people share one thing: obsession with routine. They don't have gaps of wasted time. Create a strategy, write it down, be deliberate. You don't go to war without a plan. Discipline is found in daily routine, daily rituals. There's a difference between having discipline and being disciplined. When you're disciplined, how you do anything is how you do everything. The DNA of your success lives in your routine. Find routine and stick with it. Conquer yourself. Once you unlock those daily rituals and stay committed, the game changes. Eliminate all distractions. Disappear for 30 days. This moment is your path to clarity, your catalyst for transformation. Let this be the last moment you need to change everything. It's your turn, your time to upgrade your operating system. When you reach your breaking point and decide nothing will separate you from your destiny, everything comes alive. Approximately 150,000 people pass away daily. Let that underscore the urgency of existence and the fleeting nature of life. Let it remind you of your mortality. At life's end, you'll ask, did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? Did I fulfill my destiny? Time is running out. Your days are numbered. Your life remains unchanged until you identify what's wrong and accept responsibility to change it. If you wake up not liking the life you see, not believing you're aligned with purpose, ask, how did I get here? We're all running a program. Some run fear, scarcity, lack, doubt. That program has gotten you as far as you're going. If you don't upgrade, nothing changes. Everything starts with a decision. Your time is limited. You're moving so fast in the swirl of busyness and noise that you don't stop to think. You're still here. It has been divinely orchestrated that you'd hear this now. The hand of providence is on your life. You've survived every betrayal, every lie, every abandonment. You've been undervalued, overlooked, underpaid. And you're still here. That counts for something. Who you're becoming matters more than what you're achieving. Legends understand the beauty of process. They possess a growth mindset, knowing what to do, when and why. They've developed daily habits aligned with destined outcomes. Your life is a direct printout of your perspectives, beliefs, values. This mental layer determines your actions, what was passed down environmentally, generationally. This is a program you're running. Tethered to a belief system, you're not a bad person. It's about what program you're running. Most people think success is about working harder, hustling, grinding. You can consistently do the wrong thing. If you're not seeing results, something in your program isn't aligned with purpose. This mental program determines decisions, actions, relationships, finances, health. People try to work harder in the tangible realm, thinking effort alone is the answer. But if your ladder is against the wrong building, everything you do is in vain. Effort without alignment wastes energy. It's like building a house without plans. If you're only making it physical, cold plunges, weights, external hustle, you're leaving massive potential on the table. If your mental program isn't aligned with purpose, effort only takes you so far. This is where we find ourselves trapped in artificial significance, busyness, spinning wheels, working harder without real progress. Everybody wants new zip codes first, but transcendence is an inside job. Everything starts internally. If you keep making about the tangible realm and not your inner world, you'll miss the mark. It's time to get out of your own way and cancel your subscription to self-sabotage. You need an upgrade, an alignment. Thoughts, values, perspectives align with purpose. You need more alignment, not effort. Give me someone aligned over someone merely hustling. Because alignment replaces effort. When aligned, actions flow from deepest intentions. Results come exponentially faster. Success feels effortless.